Hello students, so we are back again in our chapter Kingdom Classification. Today we will be discussing about the kingdom Protista. Now the kingdom Protista, it includes eukaryotic organisms that cannot be classified as plants, animals or fungi. Now I had said to you about eukaryotes. So what are that eukaryotes or eukaryotic organisms? These are the organisms whose cells have a nucleus enclosed within a membrane. Now, they are unicellular and it includes plant-like unicellular organisms like Chlamydomonas and animals like Amoeba and Paramecium. This Amoeba, Paramecium, they are also known as protozoans. And what are their characteristics? They are unicellular organisms. They are eukaryotic. That means they have a well-defined nucleus. Next, amoeba. So, amoeba is the simplest known protist. It is a unicellular eukaryotic organism and it is found in freshwater ponds, pools, lakes, etc. This amoeba, they had got a irregular shape and their shape keeps on changing. The single cell of amoeba consists of a cytoplasm. It contains a nucleus and many food vacuoles. It has a false feet, which is also called as pseudopodia, and it moves or it ingests its food with the help of this pseudopodia only. What it do while moving? So to move, it produces small finger-like projections, and like that many pseudopodias it project out from their body, and to change the direction this pseudopodia stops growing and another one is produced in the desired direction. That means in which direction this amoeba wants to move, it goes in that direction and rest other pseudopodia stops growing. And this type of movement is also called as amoeboid movement. They perform the process of respiration through their cell membrane, which is also called as plasma membrane. And this respiration process is taken place by the process of diffusion. It takes in oxygen gas dissolved in water. Amoeba, they ingest the food by encircling it with the help of pseudopodia. That means when they come in contact to food, it extends its pseudopodia and encircle the food with the help of this pseudopodia and makes a food vacuole to engulf it. So as it has taken this nutrition, then excretion process will be there. So this process of excretion takes place again by the process of diffusion through the cell membrane or plasma membrane. What type of waste? Waste includes carbon dioxide and ammonia. They reproduce asexually by binary fission and multiple fission. Now, this asexually means it's a type of reproduction which does not involve the fusion of gametes. Or in very simple words, we can say a single organism or a cell that makes a copy of itself. And it reproduces asexually by binary fission and multiple fission. So, first we will discuss about binary fission. So, in this process, a single amoeba divides to form two daughter amoeba. How? It is from one parent cell, two daughter cells are produced. So, what they do under favorable conditions, their nucleus divides. When the nucleus divides, the cytoplasm also divides. So, this nuclear division occurs followed by cytoplasmic division, and that results in the formation of two daughter cells or two amoeba. So, you can see in this figure from one amoeba, two amoeba has been formed. Next is the multiple fission. In this process, a single amoeba divides to form many daughter amoebas. And what they do, they under unfavorable conditions, this amoeba, they form a cyst. Cyst means a protective wall. They produce or they form a protective wall around itself. And their nucleus undergoes multiple division, forming many nuclei. So, many daughter cells are produced by multiple fission. And each daughter cells thus formed develops into an amoeba. And when these cysts burst, they come out under favorable condition. So, under unfavorable condition, the amoeba, it forms a protective wall around itself and the daughter cells keep on multiplying themselves. The nucleus keeps on multiplying. And after that, under favorable condition, when this cyst burst, the daughter cells are released. So, in this way, amoeba performs the function of reproduction. Next, we will discuss about kingdom fungi. And this kingdom fungi, it includes both unicellular and multicellular organisms. Examples are moles, mushrooms, yeast. Their characteristics are, most fungi have a well-defined nucleus. They are heterotrophs. Why? Because they lack chlorophyll. That means they cannot prepare their own food. Okay. Fungi may be parasites or saprophytes. Now, parasites means those organisms that live in or on an organism of another species. Like tapeworm, it gets its nutrition from others. Or leech, getting this blood or sucking the blood of animals. So, they are the parasites. So, those organisms that get their nutrition from others, they are called as parasites. And saprophytes means those microorganisms that lives on dead or decaying organic matters. Now, fungi, they are divided into three groups. Thread-like fungi, which is also called as braid mold. Clough fungi, which is called as, for example is mushroom. Sac fungi, yeast. Now, we will discuss about braid mold. You have seen this type of molds growing on bread. So, braid mold is a saprophytic fungus growing on stale bread, or sometimes you can see such type of fungus growing in old pickles or fruits. Now, it consists of a thread-like structure. And the thread-like structure is called as hyphae. You can see in this figure, hyphae are shown. And a group of hyphae is called as mycelium. The hyphae growing upward is called sporangiophore. You can see here, sporangiophores are shown that grows upward. So, a group of hyphae is called as mycelium. It appears over the surface of some rotten materials. And the hyphae that grows upward is called sporangiophore, which bears sporangium filled with spores. You can see here, sporangium and spores are shown. These spores germinate to form new plant. For example, Rhizopus and Mucor. They are some common braid molds. Now you can see the sporangium, sporangiophore is there. The sporangium has developed and that spores are also shown. And the hyphae that grows downward, it is called as rhizoidal hyphae. And these rhizoids, they penetrate the food materials and get their nutrition from them. So, nutrition, this rhizoidal hyphae, it penetrates the food material and they secrete digestive enzymes. And these enzymes help to break the complex food material into simpler form and that are absorbed by the hyphae. Respiration. Moles, they respire aerobically. This is the figure of rhizopus. Moles, they respire aerobically. That means respiration process takes place in presence of oxygen. They take in oxygen and they release carbon dioxide. Like food, when they come in contact to oxygen, liberates water, carbon dioxide and energy. Mushroom, it is the largest fungus. Mushroom is a common example of fungus. And these mushrooms mainly they are grown on decaying woods. Some are edible mushrooms like button mushrooms, they are the edible one. Button mushroom is also called as agaricus. Whereas some mushrooms like toadstools, they are the poisonous one. So toadstools mainly it grows on the road woods, decaying woods. Whereas the mushroom is like the button mushrooms, they are the edible mushrooms. Useful fungi. Now, these fungi, they decompose dead plants and animals and they release seedable substance into soil which are utilized by plants. Fungi are useful in the preparation of medicines like antibiotic. Antibiotic penicillin is obtained from a fungus known as penicillium. And this penicillin antibiotic, it helps in preventing diseases caused by bacteria. Yeast is used in making these bakery products. Why it is used in these bakery products? Because it helps to make the dough rise. Now, what is the function of yeast over there? Yeast, when they are added to the dough, where it uses sugar as food, it breaks down into carbon dioxide and alcohol. And that makes the dough rise. Then, fungi, they decompose dead plants and animals and they release simple substances into soil which are utilized by plants. Harmful fungi. Fungi mostly causes skin diseases in humans like ringworm. They also cause infection in lungs, ears, nervous system. They destroy the field crops, fruits and nut crops, and also causes a number of plant diseases like rust, smut. They are the common plant diseases. The rust and smut are common disease in wheat plant. Some other plant diseases caused by fungi are red rot of sugar cane or blight of potato. They are some of the diseases that are caused in plant. Several fungi, they are responsible for decay of standing trees and decay of wood in various uses. Some saprophytic fungi, it grow on food materials, food articles such as bread, jam, and they destroy them. So, some home assignments on the basis of today's chapter. Question number 1, write a note on kingdom fungi. Question number 2, fungi cannot make their own food. Give reason. Question number 3, give the characteristics of kingdom Protista. So students, I hope all of you understood till here and all of you will be trying to solve these questions. So let's finish today till here. We will be discussing about our next kingdom, that is Plantae. We had finished Monera, Protista and fungi. Our left is Plantae and Animalia. That we will be discussing in our next class. Thank you.